Ambidextrous living. Ambidextrous living. What does that mean to you? It's not what it means to me. It's what it means to you. Take a moment. Think about it. What direction would ambidextrous living take for you? It's obviously a social control that we are not ambidextrous, that we don't use our two hands to function in life, that we think our left hand is a weaker hand. What would it mean if we had a left hand like a right hand? In a certain sense, having two right hands. What does ambidextrous living imply to and for you? Does it mean using two sides of the brain? Does it mean using two sides of the body, the front and the back? Does it mean, what does it mean for you sexually? People don't have to think too deeply to understand what does it mean for you sexually. Have you been blocking your true sexuality due to one-handedness? Does ambidextrous living have anything to do with bisexuality? Bi, in both sense of the word bi, B-I and B-U-Y. Is being one-handed a means to keep you in the social control of you not finding yourself? Is there a level of two-ness within you, an I and a me, a lack of self and a true self? Could the true self be a lack of self? There are so many social controls that we are under. The great social controls of time. But even greater than time, which is seemingly an external control, the social control of our body not being permitted to be two-handed, bi-handed, ambidextrous, keeping our full potentialities under wraps in the society. After I thought of this ambidextrous living as a phrase, I sat down at the piano. Of course I play the piano with two hands. Everybody does. It's not even thought to be ambidextrous. You're a piano player. How about if I was a drummer? Wouldn't I use two hands? I'm doing this video at a computer with a keyboard. Don't I type with two hands? When I play tennis, the development in tennis is one of the ways I discovered this ambidextrous living. I play with my right hand, and then the development in tennis has been a two-handed backhand. By definition, even with the two-handed backhand, that's ambidextrous. You're using two hands. Golf is using two hands in baseball. Even in a one-handed serve in tennis, say I'm a right-hander, I'm tossing the ball with the left hand. My left hand has a function. We're not permitted to think this way from the society. And as early back as Plato, he says it's a cultural fetish to be one-handed or to think one-handed. As you know, Leonardo da Vinci was ambidextrous. That's how he was able to get to the impossible corners in the chapel doing the great work. All the great surgeons are ambidextrous because there are certain functions that can't be done. I hope my dentist is ambidextrous to get to impossible spots. By keeping us from this development of our, what we're going to call weaker side, what we're going to call our feminine side, which it has been called, this second side shows a great strength of potentiality that we are kept from for societal reasons, because the society doesn't want us to fulfill ourselves, wants to keep us under the wraps of the social order. What would it mean for an individual to learn to be bi-handed? And here's the real weird thing. These two hands, this ambidextrousness, this dexterity with two, is only to lead you to the third hand. The third hand in the center of the body, where the energy of the Kundalini runs. So it's not the great fear of the left hand being equal to the right hand, but it's the great fear of when those two hands become balanced. The third hand opens. The Kundalini opens. The Yad Rama opens. The center opens. The center pillar, and a gushing of energy, primal, libidinal, Kundalini, life energy, pumps up and down the center of the tree of life, the body. And that no society can tolerate and handle. So what does it do? It doesn't tell you, oh, don't worry about the center tree. They tell you, block the left side. And in blocking the left side, your center will never open. So they give themselves a space of control, even more social control. It's not that the society fears the left side. It's that society fears the center. The center where all the energy runs, from the anal to the genital to the belly button to the Adam's apple, to the mouth, to the nose, to the forehead, to the out the back of the hairs of your head, the frontella. Yes, it's the center that society is worried about. And as a fence to the center, they don't even talk about the center, the tree of life. They guard you before the tree of life. They guard you on the left side Because with that left side paralyzed, locked, ita, crippled, that's what they call the left in Hebrew, ita, yata, crippled. They tell you you have no left. Once you find out you have a left, and that it's equal to the right, and you have this kind of ambidextrous living, what then happens? And that no society can handle, because it's an individual greater than anything, greater than any power that the society has. The birth of the individual. Yes, so to keep you from the individual, they keep you from the other half of the societal. If you never balance the left to the right, your center will never open. So if you're not permitted to even start in with the left side, to even become ambidextrous, you will never open your center, your what's called the third hand, the center pillar. Every religion and metaphysical methodology has this center pillar. It's easiest to call it Kundalini, breaking through the blockages of the chakras. This energy is a super life force that so few of us are able to sensate, penetrate, achieve, advance to, permit. It's within everybody, but how to access it, how to access this energy, this Kundalini, this high energy, this center pillar, this third hand, this Yad Ramah, this high hand. How to access this is only through first stage balancing into ambidextrous life. And then miraculously, when these two arms are balanced, the fulcrum will open. The fulcrum will open and come back into the two hands, into the societal. And then the societal will be meaningful because it's had the taste of the center. How to get rid of the blockages. It is impossible to get rid of the blockages without opening the left side. Once you know this, you will proceed accordingly, and I look to see and find you on and within this journey of ambidextrous living and its rewards and benefits.